Good afternoon, and welcome to episode 20 of In the Moment Sports Cards. My name is James Holm. My name is James Hummel, better known as Tops North on Instagram, where I like to post most of my card collection. Try and do it as often as I can. Again, this is In the Moment Sports Cards, where we talk about Topps Now, Panini Instant, and Upper Deck game dated cards. If this is your first time watching, thank you for watching. Welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button. Let me know what you'd like to hear from me, or if you have questions about anything that I cover. This is a weekly episode that I broadcast at 3 p.m. Eastern on every Sunday. Not the best time, but I always do post my streams after the fact on my YouTube channel of, obviously, In the Moment Sports Cards, because that's probably where you're watching it. So let's get going. I've got the Indianapolis 500 race on in the background, keeping an eye on it because there's less than 40 laps to go. And so this may or may not be like a speed round, because I got to watch this race. It's exciting. Let me see where they're on. Lap 165. So we got 35 laps to go. It's going to be a while. All right. Let's Peeps is saying, what up, James? What's going on? Thanks for watching. I'm just trying to share my slides. Give me a moment here. Here we go. All right. So, I forgot my mail upstairs. I'll have to do it next week. Who is leading right now, Peeps? Palau. Never heard of the guy. It's been a while since I've watched Indy 500, but I will say there are some old drivers there that I've been following for a long time. One, probably my favorite driver of all time, Juan Pablo Montoya. At almost 46, the guy is still driving. I'm like dumbfounded by it. Helio Castroneves, Tony Kanaan, like two of probably the best IndyCar drivers in the last 30 years, let's say. So, yeah, I'm just keeping my eye on that. I left my cards upstairs, so those I'll carry over to next week and show those off, because hopefully I'll have a few more to show with some mail this week. Okay, so let's get started. Let's talk about this week in cards. So NBA was a little bit quiet on the Panini Instant side. We're into the playoffs. I'm sure as we get deeper into the playoffs, we're going to see some other cards show up. There were a couple of other NBA cards that were none too fantastic. No rookies this week. Luka, Devin Booker, and Trae Young. Some big names fairly still. But yeah, I'm sure we're going to get a heck of a lot more as we go deeper into the playoffs. So not much there. On the UFC side, I know there was a minor event last weekend. So a couple of tickets, one for Carla Esperanza and Rob Font. I like these shots, good action shots of post-win, obviously, and a good connection on that fight. So, loving it that they're putting cards out, because, again, Topps Now, when they had the contract with UFC, they weren't producing that many. They were only really producing cards for the big fights. So it's good to see that Panini's going to keep with it, and hopefully they continue to keep with it. Moving over to Upper Deck, there were 4 cards. So again, these guys are into the playoffs again, too, like the NBA. There was really just the one rookie card for Sorokin. I had problems with this week's drop because everybody was after the Sorokin, a rookie card or a rookie goalie. That's one thing to be surprised at, that it was an actual goalie rookie that was attracted all the attention. All these cards did sell out. I did not see any other them available the day after. I was lucky to get 3 of them. I did have to trade for 2 of the Sorokin, but that's why I bought extra Lafreniere to be able to trade for those. As I've mentioned, I'm going for 2 sets to try and get 2 autos by the end of the season. So, some sharp-looking cards. I would show you another Upper Deck game dated card, but as you remember from me mentioning last week, they started to do another series of non-hockey. There were none this week, which brings the cynic out of me and have to wonder if they only had that other game-dated series for Trevor Lawrence, and to cash in on that Trevor Lawrence train. Maybe we'll see an Indy 500 card. I don't know. I don't think they have the license. I don't think anybody has the license for Indy 500. Panini's got the license for NASCAR. There's not a lot of products out with NASCAR. I don't see any Indy. So who knows to see what else Upper Deck's going to have with that secondary game dated moment series. So that's it for Upper Deck. And then obviously moving on to Topps now. The Champions League did finish up this last weekend, and there were a couple of interesting cards. I did showcase the Bayern München team winning card because there's parallels with that. Same with the Lewandowski card. There were parallels with this particular card, but there were like 3 or 4 other cards. One that was saying, oh, last game with this club, last game with this club, last game with this club. It seemed a little too much. I really like the Lewandowski card. If anything, this is the guy to go for. And then there were a couple of MLS rookies that they had highlighted from the previous weekend. So that is it for soccer. Moving over to baseball, Louis saying, Juan, Louis number, yeah, that's he broke a record, right? He had 41 goals in the one season, so definitely a hot player. And I hope to get a parallel out of that. We'll see. Okay, so moving back to MLB, lots of fantastic cards this week. It wasn't just all about rookie cards. Some really interesting things happened this past week. This is what Topps Now was made for. First up, you've got Joe West. Okay, say what you will about Joe West as an umpire. He did surpass the record for most games umpired in the MLB. As far as I know, this is the one and only umpire Topps Now card ever available. That's one thing. They really haven't produced many other umpire cards by Topps in the past. So, kudos to Topps and kudos to the umpire association or union for allowing them to produce a card for Joe West. Again, say what you will about him. I think this is great. Again, this is exactly what Topps Now was made for. So really love it. I ended up getting one card through a group order. Next up, Javier Baez. This was probably the most ridiculous play I have ever seen in baseball. If you didn't see it, I would highly recommend that you go and Google it. Baez got in a chase down between home plate and first, which makes 0 sense. But out of it, they got a run because the guy was stealing home or coming home while they were trying to get Baez out. It was, again, the nuttiest play I have ever seen in baseball. Check it out. Just hilarious. We had a couple of rookie cards. Vossler, Alek Manoah, hot Blue Jays pitcher, one of the top 10 potentially MLB prospects, one of the top pitching prospects for the Jays. He came out, pitched 6 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts. Just an amazing start against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. Love the card. I think I ordered 10 for myself. Obviously, I'm a Jays fan, and I'm really hoping to get a parallel out of that one. Moving over to Adolesce Garcia, just a fantastic shot with him stealing a home run. We'll come back to the Donaldson in a second. Keppelman? Who is that? I can't remember. Anyway, another rookie card for Oakland. Got a great dual picture card of Pujols and Ruth, as Pujols surpassed Ruth for extra base hits. I'm a big fan of these cards where they show an old player and the current player. Just, it's really, really great looking card. I've got quite a few of them, especially ones with Ruth. And then finally, to round it up before we get to the Donaldson, we've got the Vlad and Acuna duo card for most home runs by these pair. And I believe it's because they were under 20 or early. Yeah, only 3 times. MLB accomplished. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't read it, to be honest with you. But great looking card. Has Vlad on it. Blue Jay, of course, I'm going to get it. And then finally, we've got the Josh Donaldson card, which just dropped today. They had a base card and obviously a autograph card. And the reason for this card is he is the 2 millionth run. He was the 2 millionth player to cross the plate in MLB history. It's interesting that they chose Donaldson because I guess he was a 2 millionth run and not the player that batted him in. It is what it is, but it's Donaldson, former J. Great looking autograph. Some of the lower runs, I think it was anything under 10. He has actually, or at least they're promising that it'll be inscribed to say 2 millionth run. But yeah, great looking card. And again, this is exactly what Topps Now was meant for, to have to showcase these kind of things for a big happening in baseball, or big history in baseball. All right, so last but not least, we will move to Formula One, which we're going to end it off with the weekend cards. Monaco last weekend. You know, say what you will about Monaco being not really an exciting race. We ended up with 5 cards, and I think they're great-looking cards. Verstappen for the win, Norris for placing third, Carlos Sainz, one of my favorite drivers right now in Formula One, getting on the podium, first podium for Scuderia Ferrari as for Sainz. And then lastly, these 2 photos of cars. Again, I love the Topps Now cards that showcase the cars, the automobiles. Aston Martin photo, love the angle, great looking shot. And then the Williams Racing with the 750th Grand Prix, great livery for the car. Yeah, really excited about these cards. Again, Verstappen, there was a parallel, so out of 99 and out of 49, I believe, and then the 1 of 1. That was it. There was no other parallels for the other. But yeah, I ordered 5 of each. Actually, I think I might have ordered 10 for the Max Verstappen, hoping to get a parallel. But great looking cards. Really, really happy with them. Got another race next weekend. Let's see what the print runs are going to be like on that. Give me 1 second. I want to see where they are with the race. Oh, 19 laps to go. Okay, so that's it for that. Let me stop sharing. And so last but not least, what I wanted to do today was showcase some of my autographs that I have, MLB autographs. So what I've got is I've got a box of 2018. This was kind of the first year that I really started to buy Topps Now autos and relics. And I went a little crazy. I bought quite a few that season. So the first card number 1 of the set, Ian Happ hits a first home run, right? First home run of 2018 comes off first pitch of the MLB season. Great looking card, great looking auto. All of my autos, I really can't afford anything under a 99, or I just find it too expensive. So I get anything 99. This year they actually also did 199 on some of the bigger players. So here's the Gleber Torres. This was his rookie season. This is for youngest player in franchise history to hit a walk-off home run. So this was not his first auto or first card in the Topps Now season, but it was one of the earlier ones. And again, it was the green out of 199. Again, I really prefer the base card with the auto versus these color versions. It just looks cleaner and nicer. But this was really all I could afford, so I went with the 199. I really haven't seen many other cards out of 199 since 2018. I don't know if they did much in 2019. I'd have to go back and take a look. But yeah, another rookie that you really, really haven't heard much of again, Jose Trevino. Father's Day, celebrates Father's Day with pinch hit, 2-run walk-off single. Single. Just a cool looking card. It was fairly inexpensive. It's probably why I bought it. Great looking auto. Next up we have Ozzy Albies. This is a great shot. Great Topps Now photo of him whipping his hair back from being showered of a walk-off home run in the 11th. Great looking card. Big card from that season, or big player from that season, out of 199, Acuna. His autos are Not the best. I find his very streaky. This was for 11th inning, game-winning, 2-run homer. This is one of a couple of Acuna autos that I have from this season. We've got home run derby for Alex Bregman. Again, say what you will about Bregman. But that was for, MVP from the All-Star game, auto relic. Again, fairly inexpensive piece. Why I picked it up. Pretty decent relic there. Then we have Vlad Guerrero Sr. Hall of Fame induction out of 99. Again, fairly decently priced. And it's Vlad. It's Vladdy Sr., right? Vladdy's daddy. Blue Jays related, Mookie Betts, just a relic piece. I think I was at this game. I can't remember, and this might have been the reason why I picked it up. But again, it was fairly inexpensive against the Blue Jays. Nice relic piece there, lots of dirt on it. The only problem I have with this card is it moves around a lot, and there's actually a little indentation at the top of the card there. It's hard to see, but it is what it is. And then we have David Bote with the Cubs. Walk-off grand slam. Just a nice looking photo, great looking auto, very clean, very sharp. Peeps is saying, sorry, Peeps, I didn't see this till 9. Nice Gleber. Yeah, it is a great looking Gleber card. We've got from Players Weekend or the Little League Classic, Ahmad Rosario, New York Mets, relic auto. This relic's not as nice. It's still got something to it, some dirt on it. Little League Classic that was played in Williamsport, where they played the Little League World Series. What lap are we on? Next up, we've got a Javier Baez. Speaking of Baez from earlier, this was for Cubs player, first Cubs player ever with 30 home runs, 100 RBIs in a season. Very nice. Again, I went a little nutty with 2018. Christian Yelich, I believe he was MVP for 2018. First player to hit 2 cycles in one season. So I like that as being one thing to celebrate is a player hitting a cycle. It's one of the hardest things to do in baseball. So definitely worth showing. Blake Snell from the Rays. Again, this was a game that I was at, and this is why I picked this card up. When they were playing the Blue Jays. 21st win of the year. Franchise wins. Walker Buehler. First career scoreless in first career RBI lead change to division crown for the Dodgers. Great looking auto, rookie card. Buehler is really like that guy as a pitcher. So we're getting into the playoffs, and again, I went pretty deep on playoff autos. Another Gleber Torres, Gary Sanchez. Again, this guy is hot and cold. And then we have Brock Holt. I bought a lot of Boston Red Sox auto relics from the 2018 postseason. Probably way too many. Then we've got, so this is a really interesting card. So this was the ALDS, and this was the final out for Boston to move on to the ALCS of Steve Pearce. This is an interesting card because it is a profile card. Profile instead of a landscape or horizontal, it's a vertical card. They haven't really done many other auto relic cards like this before or since then. So this is why I liked it. Unfortunately, the game used relic is boring, but still a great looking card, great looking auto. Then we've got another Walker Buehler World Series. And then we've got a Max Muncy auto relic from the World Series. Then we've got another Steve Pearce. But I was a big fan of Steve Pearce. I don't think he's really done much. He was MVP for the series, World Series. And let's see. That's it. So that was it. That was the last postseason card that I purchased. And yeah, they won. So the other thing too, actually, let's leave this one to the end here. There were All-Star Game sets. So if you bought All-Star Game sets of the players that were participating in the game, you could buy just the base set, or you could buy a set with an autograph. There were about 4 or 5 different autograph subjects as part of the set. For the reserve set, I ended up getting Bregman. I ended up it's the second All-Star Game card for him. So that was a fairly nice one. And then for similar to the All-Star Game set, you could buy a postseason set for any of the teams that made it into the postseason with an autograph. So I went with the Braves, and I was lucky enough to get an Acuna out of 49. Actually, this color, parallel color, does look good with Atlanta. Again, streaky auto. And then for, I did end up winning with Boston Red Sox postseason set with an auto, and ended up getting Chris Sale. Not too bad. The only other auto that I have from 2018, and this was actually something that I bought on the secondary market, and that was a Rookie Cup card for Jorge Alfaro. I got it cheap. I think I paid like $10 for it. Okay, so that was all those. The last one I wanted to show, again, coming back to the All-Star Game set. So I bought the reserve set, which was the Bregman, and then the starter set. And I was super lucky when I bought that set, because I ended up with a Mike Trout. My one and only Mike Trout auto. Again, super lucky to hit this. I don't think I'll ever own any other Mike Trout auto unless it's a surprise auto like this. So very, very lucky to have this card in my collection. And this ain't going anywhere. Never selling this one. That's for sure. Anyways, so that's it. Let me see how many laps to go. Oh, I got to get going because there's only like 6 laps to go. Okay, thank you again. Peeps, thanks for watching. For those that watch after the fact, again, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Send me a comment even when I post it onto my YouTube channel. I go and read all the comments and I try to comment. But thanks for watching. We'll show some more mail next week, and maybe I'll show off some more autos from my collection. Have a good week, everyone.